Good evening, Twitter. Welcome back to another video. And today, Spirit has dropped their lineup. Well, not the full lineup, but a little wave of it. So we're gonna be taking a look at it today. Oh my God! Anyway, we'll get to that later. So let's start out with the bad one of the lineup, Two-Faced Teddy. This thing is absolute buns. This is absolute buns. This animatronic is absolute buns, bro. Spirit, what were you thinking, man? Oh my God. Even for $130, this thing is a waste. Although I did hear it's gonna have pretty okay quality because it's like the same build as Silent and Deadly from this year, so I guess there's that, and I like his colors. But this thing is buns, bro. This thing is doo-doo butt cheeks. Big fat doo-doo butt cheeks, bro. Like, I would rather you buy Night Terror, buddy. I could just be biased because I like pumpkins way better than clowns. But Night Terror at least is kind of practical. This guy, if you were like someone new, I guarantee you wouldn't even see the difference between this face, the sad one or the angry one, and the normal one. I guess you wouldn't even tell the difference, honestly, because they're so similar. It's so impractical and stupid. I don't know what Spirit was thinking. Now, I did always think this was going to be a clown because his prototype name was Two-Faced Bobby, which was interesting. I don't know why they changed it, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, I would rather you buy, Night Terror. The old saying, two heads are better than one, might be true in some cases, but when it comes to clown encounters, one head with two faces is definitely scarier. Two-Faced Teddy was afraid of clowns until a freak bowling accident split his head open. Yo. Guys. He's connected to Stilts. He's connected to Stilts, guys, because Stilts was the one who smacked him in the head with a bowling pin, chat. This guy's connected to Stilts. No way. That's crazy. But anyways, this thing is absolute buns. I hate it. It's trash. It's stupid. Buy Night Terror instead. Then we got Electrified Corpse. My God! So yeah, he's back from 2015, 2016, and 2017 for 150 buckaroos. I know he originally retailed for like 130, so it's just $20 more. But in today's economy, this is a good price. This is a really good price. Me likey indeed. He does kind of the exact same thing. He doesn't seem all too familiar from his original version, self thing, whatever. Although I did notice he's missing his little nub, I think. As you can see right there, if you pull up an image of the original, he had a little nub right here, a little nub. And in the new one, I don't know if it's just really well hidden, but he does not have a nub, as you can see, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. There was kind of no reason to do that. Like, he's already pretty gory as is, so I don't see why you would do that, but I still like it though. He's still. I've always thought he was more on the gory side, which is good. I might get him if my family will allow it because I really do like Electrified Corpse. He's one of the more cheaper and, in my opinion, anyways, better priced animatronics. So yeah, I might actually get him. Although, I do wish he had more blood on him like the original, because, again, like the original. This feels like it has more blood on it Well, this just feels a little more clean. Like, especially with these little flaps up here, you could see gray. While in the original, it was just entirely, like, drenched in blood. So, there's that. Oh, I wonder if they gave my boy a backstory. Can't stop, won't stop, shaking violently all over that is. The electrified corpse wasn't always a corpse. He was once a local electrician commissioned to restore power to the third rail in the New York City subway station during an unusual power outage. What happened to him? There was a real shocker. Just as he was repairing the last line, there was a snapping crackle of high voltage. The electrician was powerless to release himself as thousands of volts ran through his body, causing him to convulse violently as his bottom half, Seymour, was scorched and ripped right off. His remains connect to the live wires to this day. If you hop on the 6th train and hear his agonizing screams, don't get too close here. He will pour you into the current. Pretty fire backstory, honestly. That's actually very violent for Modern Spirit, which is pretty good. Thank you, Modern Spirit. So yeah, I like Electrified Corpse. He is pretty good. Owl Beast! Mr. Beast! But for some reason they changed his name to Night Owl, which is way less cooler of a name, but whatever. So we have Night Owl here. A lot of people don't like this guy. I'm one of the few who actually likes him. I think he's pretty cool. I have hope for him, you know? I know I said, mark my words, he will be the best reskin, but he's not even a reskin, so yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. I was wrong about the reskin. But, he's gonna be huge. Look at this. 6 feet tall with the wings. I do wish up to his head was 6 feet tall. That would have made him more intimidating. Then his wings would have been like 7. But still, that's pretty wide. He's like 5 feet wide as well, which is pretty dang good. I'd say my only problem is the price. What is this goofy price? This is a sucky price, man. This thing sucks. The price does anyways. But anyways, he kind of reminds me of Baphomet in terms of like design and colors, because Baphomet also had like the charcoal looking colors, the gray, this type of creepy cloth, and the way his head looks. It all reminds me of Baphomet. If you put this guy next to Baphomet, they could go along pretty well. It could be like a little hellhawk for Baphomet, which honestly that would work pretty well. But he's supposed to be an owl, not a hawk. So recently there have been rumors that an ominous night owl has returned, silently attacking anyone who dares cross its path. Legend says if you gaze upon the towering 6-foot frame and needle-like talons digging 6-foot frame, arresting stare, and protruding black eyes, the next thing you will feel is the razor-sharp beak and needle-like talons digging into your flesh. Your only warning is the sound of its flapping wings, but be very afraid because the night owl can find you, even in the pitch black of the night, swiveling its head around to catch its prey. Be careful when walking alone in the cool autumn. Evenings dawn, because once you hear the night owl screech, it's already too late. Because Mr. Beast is coming to take your money, because he's poor. Anyways, it says head swiveling, even though his head doesn't swivel. Again, another gripe I have with this guy, only his wings move. I wish he at least had, like, mouth movement, but he doesn't even have that. Although, one thing I think saves it for him, besides the size, is the audio. I really love his audio. Like, that sounds genuinely unnerving. I love it. I love it a lot. So, yeah, there's Night Owl. I think he's okay. I think what people see him in real life, I think they'll like him a little bit better. Next up, we have I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. I love this guy's audio. Okay, so Mutant Sewer Rat. The mutant sewer rat strikes at dark. dank underbelly of the city searching for fresh blood with a pack of mutant creatures traveling to the dark depths of the subway tunnels when the sun goes down. At menacing height for his species, the mutant sewer rat crouches in the shadows until he spots the perfect snack. When he smells human flesh, his eyes glow yellow in anticipation, and he emits a loud hissing noise to alert his friends that dinner is about to be served. If you find yourself traveling alone after dark, keep an eye out or you'll become this rat's next meal. Okay backstory, you know. Doesn't really provide a real backstory, but yeah, whatever. So, I actually really like Mutant Sewer Rat here. I love his face. I know people think he's cute. Real life rats are pretty cute, so yeah, well, in my opinion, I think rats are cute. Now, this guy, unfortunately, is 4 feet tall. Like, he looks really, really small in this image. If he's actually this small, I might crash out. But I have a feeling he's going to be super wide, like Deathstalker. So, I really hope that's the case, because if he doesn't have giant proportions like that, that'll be a serious letdown. So, his movement is fine, you know. The head moving. I wish his arms moved around. I wish he turned side to side at least. That would have been cool. I wonder if his tail is posable, you know? So, yeah. His audio, he's an okay prop. I like him. I think he's an A-tier prop. Yeah, I think he's okay. Not Ellen, Jane Doe animatronic from Zenless Zone Zero for Spirit Halloween 2025. Alright. Now we have one more, and probably the best one. Valak. Valak here, from The Nun. I've never been a huge fan of the Conjuring movies. But lord, this one is actually pretty cool. Look at that. This thing has a sick animation. I really dig it. So, Valak, I think this looks really, really good. Look at the face sculpt. This is a really good licensed animatronic. Really, really good. I think it just looks very, you know. It might change in person. It might be a little less detailed in person, but still, I think this is one of the best licensed props we've ever gotten. Because not only is it like you can use it as like a replica of the Nun from the movie if you're like a big horror fan or a fan of the Nun or the Conjuring. It could also work as a really good Halloween animatronic, which I really like. So yeah. This one doesn't have a backstory, of course. Wait. His? Wait. This isn't a woman? Aren't nuns supposed to be women? I think Spirit made a mistake on their part with that, because I'm pretty sure Valak is a girl. From the or I don't know. Let's look it up right now. Well, I'll be danged. That's a man? Alright, okay, I'll stop. Okay. But for real though, I actually didn't know this was a dude. I did not know. I thought it was a woman for like my whole life, but I guess not. I don't know. I've never been into the Conjuring movies, so how was I supposed to know? But look at the mechanism. I love how the hands stay in their praying position. But when it jump scares, the hands just come out. I did not expect that, honestly. I thought it was gonna like keep the hands in the praying position. But no. I guess Spirit just went the extra mile with that. So $300, okay price. I think it's worth it. I heard it was a scissor mech, which is gonna be awesome. So yeah, scissor mech, almost professional animatronic, which is pretty dang good. Spirit's been getting more professional recently. Well, It's either professional or trash like this. I didn't comment on Mutant Sewer Rat's price. It's overpriced. 200 at best. So anyways, that was the whole wave. First wave, the first stop, I guess you could say. I don't know when the second one is coming out. Probably either later today or tomorrow. If I had to guess, probably tomorrow. I'm gonna go get ready to see Jurassic World Rebirth and prove the haters of that movie wrong, because those people are wrong, and Jurassic World Rebirth will be a good movie. Mark my words. Review on it coming out later, probably, who knows, on a community post, because I'm too lazy to make a video about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here, so adios. I'm gonna geek out when the full lineup comes out.